It started small, almost invisible at first. Lauren said she was tired more often. She stopped sitting with me during dinner. Her plate stayed half full while she scrolled her phone. When I asked if everything was okay, she smiled thin. Just tired, she said, eyes already somewhere else. Texts during the day turned into one-word replies. Yep, okay, busy. She used to send pictures of the boys drawing on the walls. Now nothing. Silence filled the gaps between us. Then came the new clothes. Tight leggings, fresh perfume, hair done just to check the mail. She said yoga helped her feel alive again. I wanted to believe her. I really did. I thought maybe she was just burned out. Parenting is hard. Marriage gets heavy. So I gave her space. But the more space I gave, the colder she became. She started sleeping in our son's room, said he had nightmares. A few nights turned into weeks. I woke up alone, staring at the empty side of the bed. Her laughter disappeared from the kitchen. Our mornings turned quiet, mechanical, scripted. She'd pour coffee, eyes on her phone, smile nowhere to be found. Weekends used to be family days. Now she had girls' trips and yoga retreats. She never invited me, said I wouldn't vibe with her friends. The kids asked why Mom never ate dinner with us. I told them she was busy. But I knew busy didn't explain perfume and midnight drives. One night, I walked past her in the hallway. She was smiling down at her phone. I asked what was funny. She turned the screen off so fast I almost laughed. Just a meme, she said, walking away. That smile stayed in my head for days. The kind of smile she used to give me. Now it belonged to someone else. I tried to push it down. Told myself not to snoop, not to be that guy. But suspicion has a way of rotting you from the inside. The more I ignored it, the louder it got. Her phone never left her side. Locked screen, face down, like a secret she carried everywhere. One night, she forgot it on the charger. I didn't mean to look. A message preview lit up the screen. Can't stop thinking about last night. Let's do it again soon. My heart didn't race, it went still. I stared at the name, Ryan. A name I'd never heard her say. I stood there for a long time, just breathing. No yelling, no confrontation. Just a cold clarity washing over me. When she came home that night, she kissed my cheek. Asked how my day was. I smiled and said, good. Inside, something broke clean in half. That was the moment I stopped doubting. I knew she wasn't mine anymore. And I knew I wasn't going to beg her to stay. From that second on, I wasn't just a husband. I was a man with a plan. The next morning, I woke up before sunrise. Lauren was still asleep, phone under her pillow. I looked at her face, peaceful, pretending. I realized I didn't hate her, not yet. But I couldn't let her destroy everything I built. I poured coffee, grabbed my jacket, and left early. On the way to work, I called an old friend. He once told me, if you ever get in trouble, call Melissa. She was a lawyer, sharp, cold, unshakable. I dialed her number from the job site. Told her my wife was cheating. Told her I had proof. Melissa didn't gasp. She didn't pity me. She said, then let's make sure she gets what she deserves. That sentence rewired something inside me. I stopped feeling helpless. I started feeling focused. Melissa gave me a plan, step by step. Open a new checking account, only your name. I did it the next morning. Moved my paycheck there. Left enough in the joint account for bills. Lauren didn't notice a thing. Next, she said, transfer your truck to your LLC. Years ago, I'd started a small side business for handyman work. Now that business became my shield. The truck was no longer marital property. Melissa kept her voice calm, almost surgical. Play along, don't fight, don't react. So I did. When Lauren talked about yoga trips, I nodded. When she came home late, I kissed her cheek. Inside, I was building walls she couldn't see. Step 3 was the house. Melissa said, "Tell her you're refinancing to lower payments." Lauren smiled when I mentioned it. "Finally being proactive," she said. I handed her a stack of papers. She signed without reading. It wasn't a refinance. It was a quitclaim deed. Her name disappeared from the property that day. I walked out of the bank calm, steady, untouchable. That night, she cooked dinner like nothing changed. She laughed with the boys. I watched her pour wine and fake normal. I wanted to feel sad. I didn't. I just felt done. Step 4 was the phone. We still had an old iPad from when the boys were little. I synced it to her iCloud. Within hours, everything appeared. Texts, photos, hotel confirmations. Lauren and Ryan messaged every day. He was married too, 2 kids. They called each other Escape. She sent mirror selfies from our bathroom. He told her she deserved better. They met in hotels under fake names. I saved everything. Screenshots, receipts, timestamps. Melissa said, "This is gold, stay quiet." So I did. I went home, ate dinner with my kids, kissed them goodnight. Lauren texted while washing dishes, smiling down at her screen. I just watched. The woman I loved was gone. But the man she underestimated was wide awake. From that day forward, I stopped being the husband she betrayed. I became the storm she never saw coming. One night, after the kids went to bed, I sat on the couch waiting. Lauren walked in, scrolling through her phone, half smiling. I asked her to sit down. She sighed like I was interrupting something. "We need to talk," I said. She froze, eyes wary, calculating. Then she laughed softly. "What now, Ethan?" I held her gaze. "You've been seeing someone else, haven't you?" She blinked twice, no surprise, no denial. Just a deep breath, calm and detached. "I've been bored," she said. "Maybe we should try an open marriage." I almost laughed at how casual she was. Like she was talking about changing dinner plans. I nodded slowly. "Sure," I said. "Let's try that." She looked relieved, even smug. Walked over, kissed my cheek, whispered, "I knew you, understand." She thought she'd just secured her freedom. She had no idea I'd already taken it. The next morning, I kissed the boys goodbye and drove off. Then I called Melissa. "Told you she'd show her hand," she said. We went over the final steps. Change the locks. Secure every account. Prepare the divorce papers. By the end of the week, everything was ready. Lauren planned a 2-week yoga retreat with her friends. She hugged me before leaving, real emotional. "I just need to reset," she said. "Take your time," I told her. As her car disappeared down the street, I exhaled for the first time in months. That night, I changed the codes on the smart lock. Transferred utilities. Moved the last documents into my safe. Melissa double-checked every file. Her voice calm, confident. She wanted freedom, she said. Now she'll have it. 3 days later, Lauren came home early. Maybe the retreat ended. Maybe Ryan ghosted her. Didn't matter. I watched through the security camera from my truck. She tried the keypad. Nothing. Tried again. Still nothing. Confusion spread across her face. She knocked softly, then harder. I waited. Then texted Melissa, "She's home." 15 minutes later, we pulled into the driveway. Lauren turned, furious, scared. Why won't the door open? I walked up slowly, holding a folder. She tried to push past me. I blocked her path and handed her the papers. "What is this?" she snapped. "Divorce," I said. "Everything's covered." She laughed nervously. "You can't do this." Melissa stepped forward. "Actually, he can. Legally, it's already done." Lauren's face drained of color. "That refinance, it wasn't refinancing," I said. "You signed a quitclaim deed. The house is mine." Her hands shook as she flipped through the pages. "You're insane," she yelled. "No," I said quietly. I'm prepared. She started crying, begging, calling me cruel. I opened the door, just enough for her to see the clean living room. You said you wanted freedom, I said. You got it. She tried to step forward, but I closed the door. Her voice cracked behind it. You'll regret this. I didn't answer. Because the truth was, I already didn't. Lauren stood outside the door screaming. Her voice cracked between anger and panic. She called me heartless, said I ruined her life. Then she called her best friend, Megan, crying into the phone. Within minutes, Megan's car pulled up, tires screeching. She stormed up the driveway, shouting before she even reached us. You're disgusting, Ethan, after everything she's done for you. Melissa didn't flinch. She cheated. We have proof, she said, calm as ever. Megan froze, eyes darting between us. Lauren tried to grab the folder from my hand. Those papers mean nothing, she yelled. They mean everything, I said. Your name isn't on the house, the bank, or the bills anymore. She went silent, trembling, flipping through the pages again. Her face went pale as the truth hit her. You can't just erase me, she cried. Melissa looked straight at her. He didn't erase you. You signed yourself out. Lauren's knees gave in for a moment. Megan cursed under her breath and pulled her back. Lauren started calling her mother next. Tears turned to screams, then back to begging. I have nowhere to go, she said. Then maybe ask Ryan, I said quietly. That name cut deeper than any insult. She froze, eyes wide, lips trembling. She whispered, You knew. I nodded once, since the night you left your phone charging. Her expression cracked completely. She tried to hit me with guilt, not logic. You're tearing this family apart. No, I said, you already did. We walked back to our cars, while she collapsed on the porch. Melissa didn't look back once. Inside the house, silence filled every corner. It wasn't heavy, it was clean. That night, Lauren's mother texted me. You should be ashamed. Your children deserve better. I didn't reply. By morning, Megan posted a rant online. She called me controlling, abusive, a monster in disguise. Hashtags, long paragraphs, fake tears. Melissa sent me screenshots. Let them talk, she said. The truth doesn't need defending. So I stayed quiet. 2 days later, Lauren filed an emergency order. Claimed I locked her out unfairly. Claimed I was hiding money. Her paperwork was a mess. No dates, no proof. The judge dismissed it before lunch. At the next hearing, everything changed. Ryan's wife showed up with her own stack of evidence. Photos, messages, hotel receipts, timestamps. She handed them to the judge without a word. Lauren didn't even look at her. When the messages were read aloud, she broke. Megan tried to yell, called it bias. The bailiff told her to sit down or leave. She left, slamming the door. The court granted me full custody of the boys. Lauren got supervised visits, 3 hours a week. She had no house, no job, no stability. When the gavel hit, it sounded like closure. Outside the courthouse, she tried to talk to me. You planned this, she said. Yes, I replied, and you gave me every reason to. She didn't speak again. Just cried quietly, while Melissa stood beside me. I walked away without turning back. Life after the hearing felt unreal at first. The house was quiet, steady, peaceful in a way it hadn't been for years. The boys slept through the night again. No more whispers, no more late-night phone glow under the covers. I handled mornings alone now. Breakfast, lunches, backpacks, the small chaos of normal life. They laughed again, louder each week. Their grades went up. Their eyes stopped searching for her at dinner. I never badmouthed Lauren. When they asked where she was, I just said, she needs some time. It was the truth, in its own way. Melissa checked in regularly, at first about legal details, then about how I was doing. She had this calm energy, steady but never cold. We grab coffee after her meetings, just to talk. No courtroom talk, no strategy, just silence that felt easy. She told me stories about her father working construction too. Said he taught her to never panic, only prepare. I smiled at that. We understood each other, without needing to explain. Some nights, I'd look around the house and realize I could breathe again. The air didn't feel heavy anymore. I'd turn off the lights, check the locks, and sit on the couch in peace. Melissa came by one Friday to drop off documents. The boys were at their grandparents' house for the weekend. We drank coffee in the kitchen. No rush, no tension. She told me the custody order would go permanent soon. Lauren hadn't filed any appeal. She won't, Melissa said. She knows she lost. I nodded, not gloating, just relieved. For the first time in years, there was no storm waiting at the door. When Melissa stood to leave, she paused by the doorway. "You handled everything like a grown man," she said. I told her, I didn't want revenge, I just wanted peace. She smiled softly. "Then you already won." Weeks passed quietly. The boys got used to our new rhythm. Mornings were smoother, evenings were calm. We watch movies again, the way it used to be. Sometimes Melissa would stop by with takeout. Sometimes we'd sit on the porch, talking about anything but the past. No flirting, no pressure, just two people breathing in the same calm air. I started to remember who I was before the chaos. A man who worked hard, came home tired but happy. A father who laughed without guilt. A person who didn't have to check shadows for lies. Lauren still texted sometimes, begging for another chance. I didn't answer. Each unread message felt like proof that I'd done the right thing. Because some people only learn, and the silence answers for you. By the end of summer, I wasn't angry anymore. I was free. And freedom, I realized, isn't loud. It's quiet mornings. It's clean sheets. It's laughter in a house that no longer hides secrets. It's knowing I made it through the storm, without losing my soul. Months passed like calm water. Lauren faded from our lives, a ghost in her own story. The boys stopped asking when she'd visit. I didn't remind them. I just let time do its quiet work. Rumors reached me through neighbors. She'd been couch hopping, staying with friends. Ryan had disappeared, divorced, broke, no job. His wife took everything: house, kids, car, even the dog. Lauren tried to reach me again. Emails first, then unknown numbers, then messages through relatives. She wrote, "I'm still there, mother, please help me." I didn't reply. Melissa told me, "Document everything, stay calm." So I did. Each plea became shorter, more desperate. Then came the one that said, "I have nowhere to go." I sent a single message back. "Your things are in a box on the porch. Friday, 9 to noon." She came late. Pulled up in an old car, hoodie up, eyes hollow. She grabbed the box without looking inside. Didn't knock, didn't speak. Just sat in her car for 10 minutes before driving off. That was the last time I saw her in person. Weeks later, her mother texted me. "She's staying in a shelter. What kind of man lets that happen?" I didn't answer. I wasn't cruel. I was done. Lauren built the fire. I just stopped burning with her. The house stayed calm. The boys laughed louder each week. Their report cards came back strong. They started sleeping through the night again. Melissa dropped by sometimes, always unannounced but welcome. She'd bring coffee or food, talk about her latest cases. Sometimes we'd just sit on the porch and listen to the quiet. No words needed. She never asked for more than I could give. And for the first time, I wasn't pretending to be okay. I actually was. One Sunday, she texted me. "Ever tried that barbecue place you mentioned?" I said no. She replied, "Let's go, I'll meet you there." We went that Friday. She wore jeans and a simple t-shirt. No courtroom armor, no walls. She talked to my boys like she'd known them forever. They liked her instantly. So did I. After dinner, I walked her to her car. She asked, "You think you're ready for normal again?" I smiled. "Maybe, but I'm not rushing." "Good," she said. "Real things don't need rushing." That night, I sat in the quiet house. No yelling, no lies, no empty apologies. Just peace. Lauren emailed once more weeks later. Said she joined a recovery program. No begging this time, just trying to rebuild. I didn't reply. Some things don't need closure. They just need distance. The last time I heard her name, it didn't hurt anymore. It didn't mean loss, it meant lesson. And in the silence she left behind, I finally understood. Peace isn't revenge. It's freedom. And I'd finally earned it. The seasons changed quietly around me. Leaves fell, the boys grew taller, and laughter filled the house again. The past stopped echoing through the walls. I worked, cooked, and lived without fear. Melissa came by sometimes. No papers, no briefcase. Just coffee and calm conversation. We talked about simple things: music, food, the kids' school. She smiled more lately, and so did I. There was no rush, no pretending. Just two people rebuilding in the same silence. I realized peace doesn't come from winning. It comes from walking away clean. Lauren had her choices. I had mine. She chased excitement and lost everything. I chose patience and found freedom. The boys slept soundly now, their laughter real, their hearts light. Every night, I locked the doors and looked around the quiet home. It wasn't just a house anymore. It was proof. Proof that pain can end. That calm can return. That love can exist again, even after betrayal. I didn't forgive her to fix the past. I forgave her to protect my peace. And in that silence, I finally knew I'd survived.